In 1918, the government passed the Pittman Act, where they destroyed 60% of silver dollars, melted over 270 million coins. Now, they didn't document what coins that they melted. So fast forward until today, the only way we can really kind of gauge what was destroyed is by looking at population reports. These next two coins are perfect examples of higher mintage coins with very, very, very low populations, probably two of the coins that fit right into that. Let's take a look. These two in particular specifically are 1886 and 1887. They were made at the Mother Mint, the main mint, Philadelphia. And these are graded mint state 65. I want to give you those details right off the bat so you can kind of get what I'm saying. In 1886, almost 20 million coins made, which was about the average for the late 1880s of the mintage figures for Morgan silver dollars out of Philadelphia. But when you look at the population report for NGC in mint state 65 or better, there's only 32,142 out there known to exist. Folks, that's 0.16%. That's under 0.25% are known to exist in grade 65 or better. Guess what? It's the same story for 1887. A little more were made. It's 20.29 million, so just almost 21 million coins were made. Again, about average mintage figure for the late 1880s out of Philadelphia. But this one has a few more on the pop report. You're looking at 37,855. But if you break that down percentage-wise, you're looking at 0.18%, again, under 0.25%. These two are very, very difficult to find in this grade, especially in this beautiful white condition. We're at $199.95 each tonight as a your choice, which means you don't have to buy both to get that low price. Now, if you look at our competition, they're just about double. For the same coin, the same grade, they're at $398, so you can basically get two for the price of one of theirs. It's $1.90 off. I did the math just so I was giving you the exact figure. We're at $199.95. They're at $398, folks. That is a fantastic deal. Again, these are Philadelphia Morgan, so at the bottom on the reverse, you do not see a mint mark because the Philadelphia Mint did not put mint marks on their coins. Now, again, mintage figure, around 20 million for each one of these, but that mintage figure is deceptive because most were held at the Treasury and then melted later on for the wars and whatnot. And then in the 80s, you know, silver went to $50 an ounce, so you're talking another melting frenzy, so to speak. Fast forward to today. What is left? The Pittman Act, 1918. That's what we started this discussion with. 1918, the Pittman Act comes along, and they melt 60% of all silver dollars. And they didn't write down, oh, we're taking 1887, we're taking 1886, and we're taking, you know, X amount of coins out of the vaults. They just melted. It wasn't something that they had kept track of. So nowadays, we look at NGC's census report and you say, wow, for 1886, you look at the column for mint state 65 and add them all up, 65 and better. 1 in every 621 coins for 1886 makes the grade. 1 in every 536 coins for 1887 makes the grade. That's a lot of coins to go through for one, right? Just to give you an idea of what that population, that census report means. So your choice, folks, $199.95 each. Again, $200 off from our closest competition. Now, what happened in 1886? What's the first thing you think of? I think of the Statue of Liberty. That is when it was dedicated by President Cleveland. And that is why, 100 years later, we have that 1986 Statue of Liberty. $50 commemorative, the dollar commemoratives. It was a big celebration. But you're talking about a time frame almost 145 years ago or so. Coca-Cola was created by a pharmacist. And Carl Benz created the first car. Hey, Ty Cobb was born in 1886. First Groundhog's Day was 1887. The Eiffel Tower construction began in 1887. That's what was going on in these times. At these times, these were used, not these specific coins, but Morgan silver dollars were used in circulation. They made 20 million coins. They put them out there into circulation, but banks hoarded some. And then through the years, they were transferred from banks and kind of saved by collectors. And now, in the year 2025, we look back at history and do our research, look at NGC's census and say, geez, these are actually really rare. 0.16%, 0.18%, very difficult to find out there. You're not going to walk out into a coin show and just, all of a sudden find one. It's one of those, I know I look for these every coin show I go to. I don't come home with one of these every time. It's something we just, pick up when we can, and when we've accumulated enough of a quantity, and we were lucky enough now to have a pair of two back-to-back years with similar percentages to give you an option to choose one or the other. So you might have one, you might have the other, but you could choose one or the other, and hey, you're still going to save $200 off our competition. So give us a call, folks. It is time to join us. I'm going to put a 1-minute clock up, though, because these are very, very limited tonight. So if they are in your cart online at abccoins.com, please process that checkout, secure your order number, call us back if you want to add to your order, because once you have the order number secured, then you know that one is for you. And then you don't have to worry about it selling out in the show. 905-6340 is the item number on the 1886, and 905-6341 is the item number on 1887. Philadelphia mint style, the main mint, the mother mint, 20 million coins, give or take, were made in each one of these years, and very, very few exist. Less than 0.25% on both of them are known to exist in mint state 65 or better. Talk about a special opportunity. Competition, $398 per coin. You can basically get 2 of ours for the price of 1 of theirs. So that's incredible. That's special. Folks, we've got to be moving on. Let's see what's next.